National Guard troops, unlike in most states, I think we discussed this before, the National Guard in Los Angeles, they can't arrest people, and they're not trained to arrest people. In D.C., they can arrest people, and I would imagine they're not trained to do so. This could pose some problems for civil rights and public order, and how when they meet the public, those interactions might go.
So, to that point, that's partially correct, Mark. Is while they do have the authority given under the enabling legislation for the District of Columbia, they do have the authority to arrest in a declared emergency by the mayor. And as far as them being trained, they are trained. There are components, military police components, that are trained inside the DC National Guard that do have experience and specific training to deal with these situations. However, we do have to get back to the fact that what our nation does not want to see is armored personnel carriers rolling down the streets of the nation's capital. We do not want to see Humvees with armed soldiers rolling down Constitution Avenue. That is a bad optic for what is supposed to be the greatest democracy in the world. That also being the case, I do want to agree with Dan on a couple of things. You know, his discussion points on mental health, on education, absolutely spot on. It should absolutely focus on that, and that will help quell this. Having, sustainable job programs, bring a strong workforce capability. This is absolutely something we should focus on. I think the nation agrees on that. What we don't agree is that you go back to Los Angeles, and I know that we both talked about this same exact point when the unrest was happening in Los Angeles. Donald Trump overreacted, activated not just the National Guard, but the Marines, U.S. Marines out of Department of Defense, put them in there, and there was no need for it. There was absolutely Los Angeles wasn't burning down. He made that point yesterday. And anybody that was watching it would see Los Angeles is not burning down. And do you know what is not happening? Washington is not running red in the streets with the blood of its residents. It is not a massive cesspool of crime. And the idea that he is focusing on going, and he's announced the cities, notice the cities, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, even Oakland and Baltimore. These are democratically run cities, run by Democrats, that do have its challenges. But the reality is this is not wagging the dog. This is wagging the dog, the elephant, the sheep in the farm next door. There's so much wagging here. It's unbelievable.